What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, fans of undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Bud Crawford. 38 wins, no losses, no draw. 29 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. With that said, the biggest fight of his career is on the horizon against his biggest rival, an undefeated, unified, newly crowned 3-belt welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Errol the True Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is now 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, coming off of a dominant performance over former WBA welterweight world champion, Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas, in which he broke Yordenis Ugas' ribs, he broke Yordenis Ugas' nose, and he broke Yordenis Ugas' right orbital bone. Yordenis Ugas have history with Terence Crawford. He beat Terence Crawford twice in the amateurs. Well, fans are not happy that the biggest fight in the sport of boxing between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is being considered a 50-50 fight. So you have two guys that are close to Terence Crawford and former world champions and Olympic gold medalist, retired undefeated Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer Andre S.O.G. Ward. And you have former WBO super featherweight world champion Jemel Herring, who's a former stablemate of Terence Crawford, saying that this is a 50-50 fight. So Jemel Herring, he says this.
Yeah, it's definitely 50-50. Like, Bud is a good friend of mine as well. Like I said, another special talent. Like I said, they have different attributes, but they're both elite in their own right. You know what I mean?
So that was Jemel Herring. Jemel Herring was saying that it's a 50-50 fight. You know, they're both elite. And it's definitely a 50-50 fight for sure. Okay. Andre Ward, he said the same thing. Okay. Andre Ward, he said that, you know, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. Okay. Terence Crawford, has, you know, great attributes. But at the same time, in the same token, you know, Errol Spence has great attributes as well. Okay. So he stated that, Andre Ward, he stated that it's for sure a 50-50 fight. And the fact that, Errol Spence, he showed versatility and ability to outbox a boxer in former 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia. Well, that spoke volumes and showed you that he has versatility just as much as Terence Crawford. And the fact is that many people don't give Errol Spence the credit for being versatile. Everybody just looks at Errol Spence as a plodding forward thumper, you know, who just gets physical. So Andre Ward was stating that, you know, it was impressive. You know, he felt like Errol Spence should have stepped on the gas and got Mikey Garcia about it. He was the smaller guy, but he stated that, you know, the fact that he chose to outbox Mikey Garcia on the outside and outbox the boxer and show, he said that he used his size in as far as he showed his levels in his boxing ability, not just physically, but in his ring IQ and his skill set and his boxing ability. He was the bigger guy in that area as well. So he stated that, you know, Terence Crawford gets overlooked for his strength. He's physically strong, but you know, people don't give Errol Spence enough credit for his versatility. So fans are not happy with the fact that, you know, two guys are close to Terence Crawford are saying that this is a 50-50 fight. Okay. And it just boils down to, it is a 50-50 fight. Okay. Fans are currently having an issue with just accepting the greatness that's ahead of us. Okay. The fact that we have a massive fight, a legacy fight for us, the fans, on our hands ahead of us. The last time we had a fight of this magnitude was 1981, September 16th, when Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas the Hitman Hearns, two undefeated welterweights, took on each other in a unification bout. At that time, there was only the WBC and the WBA titles, okay? So they faced each other in a massive undisputed showdown. And that's the last time we had two fighters at this level, undefeated in the height in the prime of their career, facing off against one another for undisputed. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is for undisputed. Okay, there's going to be 4 belts on the line. Okay, Terence Crawford is already he's already become undisputed at junior welterweight. Okay, at 140. But now he's going for his second weight class, becoming undisputed in his second weight class, collecting all 4 belts. There's only 6 undisputed champions in the history of the sport of boxing to hold all 4 major sanction belts, and he's one of them. Okay, this is a glamour division, 147, the welterweight division. This is the division that Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hitman Hearns, they became undisputed in their in this glamour division. So now we have Errol Spence and Terence Crawford on the verge of doing it in the prime of their career, and fans are having a hard time accepting it, right? You have to be all the way Terence Crawford side, or all the way Errol Spence side, or you don't know anything about the sport of boxing. So I see fans saying that Jemel Herring is just upset because Jemel Herring, Brian Bomac McIntyre, well-renowned trainer, should be trainer of the year, former trainer of the year. Bomac is the manager and trainer, longtime mentor of Terence Crawford, and he was training Jemel Herring as well. But they went through some differences behind the scenes, and he told Jemel Herring he's not working with him no more. So now Jemel Herring is working with Manny Robles, and so many fans are saying that he's salty because of that. That's why Jemel Herring is saying it's a 50-50 fight. It's just a 50-50 fight because of the skill set and the talent that both guys possess. Okay, Terence Crawford has the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox. Okay, Terence Crawford has the ability, to box you on the outside. He could box you in mid-range. He could counterpunch. Okay, he's athletic. He's very rangy. He's wiry frame. Errol Spence, but Terence Crawford is most effective in the southpaw stance these days. Errol Spence, he has the ability as well, to be very versatile, right? Now he don't switch from southpaw to orthodox. Errol Spence doesn't, right? But Errol Spence, he has the ability to box you on the outside. Now he's a natural big, strong southpaw. Okay, he's bigger, he's stronger than Terence Crawford. Okay, physically appearance, right? And so with that said, their physical approach, right, is more, Terence Crawford's approach is more finesse. Now, it's ironic because Terence Crawford has knocked out his last 10 of his last 11 opponents, okay? So we know he has knockout power and power in both hands, left or right, okay? But Errol Spence is a natural big southpaw that's technically sound, that's technically disciplined, but he's very physical. He breaks you down. He likes to get on the inside and get very physical with his opponents and break them down, as he did with your Dana Sugas, okay? And so with that said, fans are not, accepting of this. They believe that their favorite fighter is a superhero and has no weaknesses, and how dare Andre Ward and Jemel Herring state that one of them have a weakness, right? So you listen to Andre Ward, and Andre Ward, he states that, it's a 50-50 fight, right? Because they want Andre Ward and Jemel Herring to pick a side. They're not going to pick a side because they understand what kind of talent they're looking at on both sides. So let's listen to Andre Ward.
Everybody talked about how he was going to back up his smaller man and break him down, and he did do that, but he did it a different kind of way. He outskilled the smaller man. He used more speed, and his speed was faster than Garcia. His footwork was better, so that showed another wrinkle and another dimension in his game, and he did it for the duration of the fight. But some people say, he didn't stop Mikey. I get that, because I was looking for the next gear too, but the way he won was impressive.
Did that make you say, man, Errol's got a better shot than maybe I originally intended? Not that you ever counted him out.
Listen, I've been 50-50 the whole time, and unless something drastic happens, I'm going to stay 50-50.
So you heard Andre Ward. He said that Errol Spence showed a different facet of his game outboxing Mikey Garcia, and he did it the duration of the fight for all 12 rounds, okay? And you can hear reporter ask him, you know, after witnessing Errol Spence's performance, Terence Crawford's performances, does it change your pick? Does it change your mind on who you think gonna win? And Andre Ward, he says, no, I've been 50-50 the entire time. I'm going to stay 50-50 unless something drastically changes. But no, I'm staying 50-50. So they want Andre Ward to pick, you know, he should be picking Terence Crawford because he seems to be closer. We don't know his relationship with Errol Spence, but we know he has a more of a relationship with Terence Crawford, at least on the surface, right? Jemel Herring, we know he was with Brian Bomac McIntyre, and now he's not, right? So they want Jemel Herring to say that Terence Crawford is going to win, but he's saying it's a 50-50 fight, and fans are having a hard time accepting it. They just accept the fact that we have a legacy fight, historic fight on the verge of coming to fruition. It is truly a 50-50 fight, regardless of who you think is going to win. You know, both guys are great. Both guys have versatility. I believe that Errol Spence's strengths are Terence Crawford's weaknesses, and Terence Crawford's strengths are Errol Spence's weaknesses. So the rubber's going to meet the road. So let's see how it unfolds and just enjoy it. But that's all I got for y'all. I don't believe that this fight is, I believe this fight is can't miss. Action-packed, gonna live up to the billing. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.